BMitch, who comes on after us with JP Finley, was out at Commanders training camp and had an interesting observation. We'll play the audio, and then we can give our take on what he saw.
JP and I talk about a lot of different things. I want people to just understand. And there are times when we start talking about professional football players as if they're kids. And the fact that I played, I don't feel sorry for nobody, because you have that opportunity to go out there and do your thing. Now, if I see somebody doing it and killing it, but they just don't like you, I'll say something about it. But if I know you have exceptional talent and you're not producing it on a regular basis, whatever happens at that point. That's the way I feel about it. And I watch people walk around like they're owed something. No. In this profession, you take everything that you want. You have to go out there and kick down the door to get it. And I'm watching dudes pouting and walking around sulking. What the hell is that? This is not Little League. This is the big leagues. And if you can't understand competition is going to be present and forget about it and move on and just go full speed every day, every play, every opportunity, then that's on you, because people get cut based off of body language. Okay? People get cut based off of body language. If I got two guys fighting for a job, one guy goes full speed every day, one guy's running the extra yard or extra 2 yards, the other guy walks around stomping his feet like a little petulant-ass child, like you said yesterday, okay? And you don't do the things you're supposed to do, I'm probably going to take the guy with the more energy. It happens.
Who's he referring to? I'm desperate to know. Is like Dotson throwing a fit because they're bringing in new receivers? What's he talking about?
BMitch didn't say, but
Who's
you
he
naturally
talking about?
think of, first of all, he started off by saying exceptional talent and don't produce. So it could be Jamin Davis, could be Jahan Dotson.
I saw an interview with Jamin.
I got to believe it's the guys who were drafted high. And then let's think of the guys who were drafted high that haven't produced, that haven't lived up to their potential. And he's talking about competition. Yeah, but Diami's drafted in the 3rd round. I don't know that to me, it's got to be one of those two, Jahan Dotson or Jamin Davis.
Dotson came to mind. I don't know.
And Jamin Davis is competing for a job right now.
I got to know. Is Brian coming in today? I got to know who he's talking about. But I saw an interview with Jamin, and Jamin, I thought, came off really well in the interview. He was like, and I think Brian even said in the broadcast, I don't think it's Jamin. Brian said in the broadcast how he had been keeping it. By the way, also, I think that Brian and Chick done a great job in that first game. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, they were good.
Really
I would
enjoyed
agree.
them. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being honest. I really enjoyed them.
They were very casual, having fun.
Yeah, they just did a great job.
Well, remember, they worked together on the post-game show for years.
Of course. But this is a different animal.
Yeah.
This
Just
is a
saying
different
they
animal.
already had that chemistry.
But Brian made a point of saying that he was watching Jamin, and then you could see Jamin making a few plays early, and then afterwards, I saw him being interviewed, and somebody at some point had mentioned that Jamin had basically said, I think Brian might even have said this during the broadcast, that he's been begging for someone to challenge him this way, that he likes to be challenged, like he likes this opportunity.
So then maybe it is Jahan.
Again,
BMitch didn't say anything, but he prefaced it by saying,
"Is this yesterday?
Exceptional talent, but don't produce." So who has exceptional talent? You would think 1st-round picks, right? Those are the most talented guys generally.
Yeah.
And then he talks about competition. We're not there at training camp to know who's sulking, who's walking around, but clearly Quinn has talked about competition for Jahan Dotson. And now they're bringing in Martavis Bryant, so maybe somebody like Jahan Dotson is threatened by that.
I
don't know enough about Jahan's character.
He seemed like another McLaurin type.
Yeah.
I remember when he was being drafted. So I would be surprised. But, guys
maybe
change.
it is. Maybe guys change. But I would be surprised if it was Dotson.
Well, who else could it be? You know what?
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be a 1st-round pick.
It's fun to speculate.
What if it was someone like Mathis?
Could be. Could be. Mathis is a good one. He was a high pick. It definitely could be Mathis. You know what? Now I'm switching gears and saying it's Mathis.
What about Forbes?
Could be Forbes.
Remember,
Could be a
Linnell.
lot of their picks.
Remember, Linnell had a tweet saying that Forbes got beat, and he says it's all right. People get beat, but he kind of put his head down and watched the guy go past him after got beat in the Jets.
But they just signed a guy at Dotson's position who hasn't been in the NFL for what, 8 seasons, something like that.
Yeah, but he was on the practice squad for the Cowboys. That kind of counts. You didn't play, but at least you're practicing. You're in shape.
He was on the field longer than the other first-team guys.
Dotson?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Forbes is getting murdered.
It's like they're trying to send him a message.
Murdered. Forbes is getting murdered in the media and by fans.
Maybe it could be Forbes.
But
he said exceptional talent. I mean, does Forbes have exceptional talent?
He might. I bet his measurables, other than strength, are not horrible.
800-636-1067. If you want to play the
pouting.
Guess Who BMitch is talking about
Who's
game.
BMitch talking about? I'm going to find out, but it's fun to speculate. Who else could it be?
It's not a great thing to hear, though,
I don't
because
think it's
you would want all of your talented players to work really hard and have better body language. That's not a great thing to hear. I would guess that is outside the norm for Dan Quinn's training
he's
camp.
not going to tolerate that kind of stuff. By the way, one of the things that everyone loved most, I mean, a lot of people talked about, was the energy on the sideline.
Right.
Right? And everybody made a big deal about when Tress made the tackle and how nutty everybody on the sideline went.
Mm-hmm.
That it did feel different. And, I do think that the team took on Ron's persona over the last few years. That's why they were so effing flat. Because Ron had no freaking energy. I mean, at one point,
it's not like Ron would pump him up.
At some point, Ron was like firing rocks at the chalkboard or at the wall.
He didn't show it on the sidelines.
But man, during games, he was so brutal.
You did name 3 candidates, though, of high draft picks who have been underwhelming.
All their draft picks are sucking.
Except for Sam Cosmi.
Cosmi's been good.
Cosmi's the one hit.
Well, listen, Mathis.
But you never know when he's going to play.
Being cut. So that's a
I think
huge
Mathis.
candidate.
I think Mathis has already.
I think Davis is too.
I think Mathis has already slipped in the depth chart.
Mathis is way down there. He's way down there. No, I'm telling you, I think Jamin.
But I don't know. But BMitch saying that it is someone with exceptional talent. I don't know if Mathis.
I think they've been pleased with what they've seen with Jamin. In fact, JP Finley and I were talking about it, and JP is kind of like, he's saying he might be coming over to my side on it. He said, I think I can say that. He says, I think the coaches like Jamin more than people realize. That was Finley's. He sent me that text 2 days ago. I don't know. I don't think it's Jamin. I think it's Dotson. Dotson might be pouting because he's playing in the third quarter.
Would tell.
He wants to be a silly on the sideline with all his boys, and he's out there in the third quarter playing.
They're sending him a message.
Now they bring in Martavius.
Yep.
Martavis, however you say his name.
If I'm BMitch, I don't know if I'm telling you, Eric.
I know that'll be out in like 2 seconds.
He'll tell me. I won't say it.
You got a blabber
You
mouth.
just say off the record.
I know. I don't have a blabbermouth. You have to. If you tell me not to say it,
off the
I hear you, I won't say it.
He qualified it, and I hear you.
I have to process it.
I hear you say it.
I would never intentionally violate a trust. I'm being honest.
I don't think it's intentional, but sometimes
I might forget.
Like you go in on, like we give you nuggets, or someone gives you nuggets, you go in on that person because of the nuggets. You can definitely connect the dots.
I can't tell you how many times you've done that. Or you'll say on the air, Drab, can I say this now? I'm going to say this.
He's the leader in the clubhouse.
I'm not going to violate a trust on purpose. I might forget that somebody told me not to say, but I'm not going to violate a trust on purpose. I tell you. All right, let's go to, who is this? His name is Little? What kind of guy's name is Little?
It's his last name, so I let it slide.
All right.
Hey, Mr. Little.
What's up?
What's going on, Junks? Hey, man, look, man, I'm gonna share a story with y'all, man.
All right.
The kid was spoiled, man, when he came to this team, man, out of Penn State. The kid, man, with exceptional running punts when he was in college. He should have raised his hands up just to get up on the field from the beginning. But they spoiled the kid, man. But I'm gonna share a story.
All right.
And maybe I hope this kid is listening.
All right.
I was 17, 18 years old, man. Theismann was playing behind Kilmer and Sonny.
Right.
Man, Theismann raised his hand to go up and take a punt.
Right.
To get on the field. That's how he was pressured. I was selling beer. I had to put my case of beer down and say, man, I can't believe this. I've been going back to take a punt.
Right.
Just to get on the field. So, kid, if you listening, man, you got to get out of that spoiled demeanor, man, and show your talent.
Who, Jahan?
Raise your hand,
Yeah, he's
man.
talking about Dotson.
Yeah, but Dotson's been playing.
Yeah.
He's been playing.
Yeah,
He's
he
starting. He's been.
He ran the punt. No. When he was at Penn State, he was exceptional running punts.
Right.
He wasn't he was pretty good as a wide receiver, but he showed his plan. He showed his talent as a punt returner.
All right.
But see, Ron and them spoiled him. They should have sent him right out there. Look, kid, we need you to go back there and run some punts because we were struggling with that kid we had back there taking punts at the time.
Right.
Hey, look, man, God bless you. I want to share that story. Fiveman took the field, man, just to get on the field.
Right. Thank
A
you.
two-time Super Bowl quarterback.
No,
Well,
I hear you.
man.
That's kind of legendary.
The
Everybody knows
majority
that.
of
Thank you.
the majority, if not all, coaches aren't going to have their number 2 receiver returning punts.
Probably not. And I don't think he could complain about playing time.
Yeah,
When he's been healthy, he's been playing.
Yeah, he's number 2 receiver.
Yeah. Now, it's a little bit in question right now. Maybe he is moping around. I feel like when we interviewed him, he was just like this charming, like great, awesome kid.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a bad read.
Maybe he was a Ron guy. He was a Ron
So
guy.
he's upset that Ron's not here. I can't imagine.
He was
that.
a Bieniemy guy. Your favorites.
No. I feel like he wasn't like an army kid, right? Remember how Ron liked all those like military
backgrounds.
military
Jamin's
kids?
Jamin came from a military household.
Yeah. Am I wrong? I'm not saying he is, but I felt like Jahan just came off as like a McLaurin type.
Yeah.
Just like an awesome person.
I would be surprised if Dotson's moping around on the field.
But dude, do the math.
I know.
All of a sudden,
Bryant's coming in.
You're playing. Like, think about it. Think about how much your ego is involved in this. Okay, so it's the third and fourth quarter of a preseason game. First preseason game. All your boys are in t-shirts, talking to BMitch and Chick on the sideline, and your ass is out there with guys that are going to be driving trucks in 2 weeks. Yeah. And you're a former first-round pick.
And they bring in a guy
and now
to do your job.
Guy had been in the league in 6 years.
Jason, how would you feel they brought in a 5th junkie?
They might, well, I'd say, well, they're doing it because JP's struggling. But, okay, maybe it could be.
I'm just trying.
It could be
doing the
Diami.
math.
It could be Diami, too, because Bryant is threatening Diami's job, too.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
Diami's been good. And
I was gonna say,
they've been praising Diami's like work ethic.
Yeah, they seem happy with what Diami's doing. Diami seems to be responding to stuff that they're doing.
Were they playing Diami in the third and fourth quarter? I mean,
I don't know. I think Diami would be happy to be playing in the third and fourth quarter, right? I kind of get that sense. Diami needs to showcase what he can do to the team.
He needs all the opportunities he can get.
Well, man, I just want to know now.
I know.
Let's take another call.
Sure.
Hey, yeah. I can't. Drabby's got to answer him first. He put the name up, and then we'll go to him.
Does he have a guess?
I'm trying. It's not like John Allen. I was reading something the other day where somebody referred to John as like a malcontent the last couple of years. You know, John's been kind of a little grumpy. They're saying he's totally different this year. He's totally buying in. You saw him giving that little
he had that brief
speech.
moment where he wasn't answering whether he wanted to be back here or not because he's sick of losing.
Right. Let's go to Will in Springfield. Will, what's up?
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Love the show.
Thanks, man.
What's up?
I honestly do think it's Jahan as well. Love the last call as well. I think it's Jahan just because I think Diami Brown took his catch the other night, and I think he's moping around because of that. Love to hear what you guys got to say about that. Thank you.
Well, I think, I mean, I'm just doing the math.
Well, hopefully he produces. It seems as if the coaches are putting some pressure on Jahan. He got more snaps, which was out of the norm. Dan Quinn talked about competition. So what you would hope is that he emerges from the competition and starts showing flashes.
Whatever it's worth, he was one of the standout guys they say yesterday made plays. For whatever it's worth in practice. From one of the reports. But it was like an offensive day. The offensive guys were having a day. Zach Ertz made some plays. McLaurin made plays. They mentioned Dotson. They mentioned Zacchaeus.
Look, maybe he's offended. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm silly. I'm Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, but
Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, but Martavis
You're
Bryant's
bringing
had
him
some
back-
years.
He hasn't played in the NFL. I know practice squad, but
I
he hasn't
know.
played in regular season
But he was
since
playing in other
2018.
leagues. But he's been playing. It's not like he hadn't been playing football. He hadn't played at this level, but he's been playing football.
What
He has been playing
in
football.
Nubs leagues or whatever.
Yeah,
but
the CFL.
What about Jahan doesn't want to play the slot? If they're trying to
Maybe.
put Diami out onto the outside, Jahan played a little slot but doesn't want to do it anymore.
doesn't want to major in that.
Right.
Yeah, could be taking a beating. It's like I'm getting my ass beat in here.
Yeah, give that to one of the younger guys.
Give that to one of the 6th-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm telling you, signs are pointing to John. The what do they call the evidence? It's not direct evidence.
Yeah, you know what? It's not Mathis.
The
Circumstantial.
circumstantial evidence
The way I'm
pointing to John.
It's not Mathis because Mathis isn't out there enough. So there's no way you could say he's got exceptional talent. So I'm taking him off the board.
Well, he was a high draft pick.
He was a
though. Wasn't
second-round
pick.
It
Yeah,
could
I mean,
be
that's-
Forbes.
Yeah.
Could be Forbes.
I was going to say defensive line doesn't seem like a moping position too.
Oh, I could see them moping.
No, I don't think D line would be mopey.
Really?
No, I think the mopey positions
Well,
would
that's
be.
all. But receiver's a very glamour position. That's the one where you have the divas.
Yeah.
That's the one with traditional divas.
Defensive backs could be mopey. Quarterbacks could be mopey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be offensive linemen, guys in the trenches. Yeah, I'm taking Mathis off the board.
All right.
Mathis is off the board.
Maybe it is Dotson.
All right, hold on. Somebody, let me see. I'm getting a DM. I wonder if this is. Oh, I just gotta know. Can't tell. Oh, this guy went to. I'm not gonna say who he is, but he was a Penn State guy. He says Dotson was a great guy at Penn State, but I think he probably is moping. This is a Penn State guy. Interesting.
What?
He's the prime candidate.
I kind of want to know what the exact body language was. Like, was it just head down, walking slow, like Charlie Brown? Was it like hands on hips?
I don't know, man. But
Was it frustration?
Definitely jumped out to Brian Mitchell.
Right.
BMitch was not
Brian,
happy.
and by the way, Brian has the credibility to do this.
Of course.
Right.
Not everybody's wired like Brian Mitchell.